Good afternoon, everybody. It's Miss Tiffany from the Butler Area Public Library here with another online Saturday Family Crafternoon program. And today is going to be a super simple one in terms of the craft that we are doing, but it's something that I think you will actually find really, really useful. Grown-ups, especially when you're working with the little ones, I think you will find these really, really useful. So today we are making, we're going to make some shaker eggs. Now, Miss Tiffany uses shaker eggs all the time in story time. And then once we are done making our shaker eggs for today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can use them and why they are beneficial. So to make our shaker eggs, we don't need too much, actually. We are going to need some refillable plastic Easter eggs, either the kind that are connected and are just one part that open and close, or if they are two parts, that's fine too. But we want to be able to fill them. So they have to be fillable plastic eggs. And then we need something to fill them with that's going to make some noise. So I am going to be using rice today. You can see it's just plain white rice. You can also use, and this is dried white rice, you can also use dried beans. There are a couple options in terms of the actual crafting materials that you will need. You can use a glue gun and hot glue, and if you go this route, I definitely suggest that the adult is the only one that uses the hot glue gun. We want to make sure that we are being careful and keeping the little ones safe, so we want to keep the hot glue gun out of their reach. You can also use duct tape to do this activity. I've got a hot glue gun, so that's what I'm going to show you today, but I will tell you how to modify it with duct tape if that is what you want to do. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take one of your eggs and you want to examine it. Now, I don't know if you can see, you can kind of see. There are two little holes on the bottom and two little holes on the top of my egg. And that is because these eggs were built to probably be able to be strung on a tree. So the first thing you want to do is, if you have those little holes in your egg, you want to cover them. And I'm going to cover mine with hot glue. So I'm just going to take my hot glue gun and I'm going to go inside the egg, and I'm just going to put just a little dot of hot glue in those holes. You don't want to put too much in there because the heat may cause the egg to get a little melty, and also it will be messy if you put too much in there. So you just want to put a little dot of glue where all of those holes are. Now, this does take a little while to harden up. You can see there's a little bit of glue in each of those little holes there. You can see pretty good, but that's going to take a little bit of time to cure. So you want to set that aside, or grown-ups, you could always prep all of the eggs ahead of time before the little ones help you with this craft to fill in any of those holes. I went ahead and prepped some so that I would not have to make you guys wait to see the next step. So here is an egg. This is actually a two-piece egg, and it has got, its holes have been filled in with glue. So the next step is to take whatever it is you're using to fill the eggs. In my case, I am using dried white rice. And you just want to put a little bit inside of the egg. You don't want to put too much, because what is going to make the egg a shaker egg is the ability for this filling to shake around. And so that means part of the egg needs to be empty. So I have not even completely filled the bottom part of this egg. I'd say it's probably about 3/4 of the way full. And I'm simply going to, this part can get a little tricky. I'm simply going to pop my egg together. Okay. So you can see that it is nice and tightly put together, but we want to make certain this egg is not going to open and spill rice or beans all over the place. So what we're going to do is we are going to seal it where the two halves fit together. I am going to seal it with just a little bit of hot glue. And as I am applying the hot glue to the egg, I am sort of spreading it with my glue gun tip so that it fully covers that crack. And you don't want to put too much on there because then it'll just get kind of messy. But as you can see, I have gone all the way around that egg and just put a little line of hot glue on that crack. Now, just like when we filled in the holes on the top and the bottom, we want to make sure we give this time to cure. So that is how you do the shaker eggs with hot glue. It's really, really simple. I also said that you could do it with duct tape, and there is one slight modification I would suggest making if you're going to do it with duct tape. So if you are going to use duct tape to make your eggs, and your eggs are the kind like mine that have the holes at the top and bottom, what I would do is I would put the tape on the outside of the egg, because then that way it will not get like, if you put it on the inside of the egg, it will get dirty and sticky feeling on the outside of the egg. So you want to put your tape on the outside of your egg. And then you do the same thing. You fill it with a little bit of the rice or beans. You carefully close it up. And then you use duct tape to go around the line where the halves fit together. Some people like to cover the whole thing in duct tape just so little fingers won't be tempted to peel the tape off and spill the contents out. That's really kind of a personal preference if you want to cover the whole thing in duct tape, but it does work just fine to have them, you know, just with the tape around the center. I am leaving mine with the hot glue with just the glue around the center. So here's a set that I made a couple of days ago with the hot glue around the center. And you can see they sound pretty good. They sound very much like the ones that I use in Storytime, which were ones that I purchased already made. So what I use these for in Storytime, I like to hand them out to the kids when we are going to do some singing so that they can get an opportunity to find a steady beat. Finding a steady beat for little ones is really important. It helps them with their literacy skills, believe it or not. So you want to help them learn to find a steady beat. I also use the eggs to give kids instructions on different ways to use their eggs so that they learn to follow directions. So I might say, shake 1 egg. And then I might say, shake 2 eggs. And then I might say, shake your egg up high, shake your egg down low. In fact, I have a song that we can sing as an example of how to use the eggs with a song and following directions. So you can sing this song. Can you shake your egg up high? Can you shake your egg down low? Can you shake it by your ear? Can you shake it by your toe? Can you shake it really fast? Can you shake it really slow? Can you shake your egg? So that one is more about following directions, but really you can take any song that you are going to sing with your little one and use the shaker eggs to teach them how to find a steady beat. So you could even just do the ABC song. You could do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? And then you can give a big shake to finish it off at the end. So I thought this was a good time of year to share this craft because many of you may already have Easter eggs at home because of the Easter holiday coming up this weekend. Or if you don't, you might be able to find them really cheap in the coming weeks as stores put their Easter merchandise on clearance. So it's really, really simple. Hot glue or tape. plastic eggs, and some kind of a filler, dried beans, dried peas, dried rice. That's really all you need. And I would suggest, if you're going to do this, make 2 for each child at least. It's up to you what kind of eggs you use. You may want to make them all the same color so that there's no arguing over who gets the purple, who gets the blue. You can even have the kids decorate them with stickers once you're all done, things like that, to make them more a part of the craft. Since I used hot glue, I would be very careful in how I would let a little one interact with the actual craft making process. But really, for them, the fun is playing with them after they are done. So it's a nice project that you guys can work on together, and then they get to have some benefit from at the end. So thank you so much for joining me for this little family craft demonstration today. As always, if you have any questions, you can contact me at the library by emailing tharkleroad, that's THARKLEROAD @bcfls.org. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have fun making your shaker eggs. Have a great day.